I'm gonna make this to help dismantle feminism. Go ahead and click off if you want to right now. Most of you probably already done it. Probably never even clicked on. Don't care. Just gonna post it anyway. So here's some more words or ideas you can use to dismantle feminism aggressively and without any pity at all whatsoever. Notice something when they say that our women are oppressed, when they say things like that. What do they mean? Let's dig deeper into that real quick. What do they mean by we oppress our women? Well, let's think about our history for a second, and let's think about how women are today. First off, feminists say things like we are fighting for women's rights. Women's rights? Women's rights. What is a right? What is a woman? See, if you ask some simple questions like this, because of what they're operating from something seriously evil. So that means it's always going to be complicated with them. Always. No matter what you ask them, they will complicate and deflect everything, no matter what. So what do they mean when they say that you had women oppressed all this time? What do they mean by that? Think about our history for a second, when everything was good and good only. Or at least we had periods of time where things were good because we had the same current government attacking us throughout in our entire history. It's just we were on parts of the world where things were just good. It wasn't it wasn't attacking us like it is now. It was just certain people, certain groups of people that were able to be away, even on the planet. Moving forward, though, everything before all of this, a lot of it was good, and women had no desires to be evil. You see, they had no desires to be evil at all. Now, feminists are forcing and tricking our women to believe that evil is what they are. You follow what I'm saying? That's what feminists are tricking our women to believe. They are tricking our women to believe that evil is what they are. Evil is what they do. Evil is what makes them a woman. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah, sure. They got all these lies and all of these anecdotes and all of these made up stories and all these metaphorical feelings. Yeah, they got all these things to say. But in reality, it's all just blah and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Because the ultimate reality is they just want to see us suffer, period. They want us to sit and bathe in deprivation. They want us to sit and bathe in abnormality. They want us to sit and bathe in what's wrong. They just want it. No reason. They just want it. Thing is, when they say they want men in their lives, when they lie and say that, the thing is, they only want men around that they can humiliate, that they can get on the nerves of, they can frustrate, they can annoy, they can torture, in a sense. Slavery. It's all some format of slavery at the end of the day. You know how the slave master, remember, everything comes from the same source. The ideologies come from the same source. It all comes from the same source. Everything does. So when you notice how the slave master gets pissed off when the slave tries to run away, or when the slave tries to get away, or when the slave doesn't want to deal with the struggle or the pain, the slave master gets angry, or the slave master chases you, or it hunts you down, or it does whatever it can to put you back into the oppression and the strain, you know? That's what it does. So when you notice the feminists of this country get angry or whatever, whenever we go somewhere else to try to, live a good life, that's what they don't want. They don't want men to live good, period. It ain't about having any kind of equal opportunity. It ain't about none of that. It's just about ensuring that we can't live good. They don't really care about rights because they don't even know what a right is. I bet you if you ask a feminist what a right is, they can't even tell you. They don't even know. There's this old saying, what do women want? They don't know. When do they want it now? That's what feminists got our women thinking, because in reality, at least the women from from the spiritual era of our living, of our spiritual government days. Spiritual government days, that's what I'm gonna call them. I'm quite sure our ancestors came up with many different names to call those days where they were actually good. I'm sure they had many different names for it, but I would like to consider it the spiritual government days, where we were governed by the spirit, not the demons, but the actual spirit inside of we. Feminists just don't want us to live a good life, men, period. If you ask them what a right is, they can't tell you because they can't answer simple questions. Why? Because they must keep everything complicated. This is what y'all don't get about evil yet. Evil has to keep everything complicated. It cannot be simple. It cannot. Because if evil kept things simple with good, good would tap into balance and get rid of evil. It just would, naturally. At least that's what people do because of the powers that are inside of us. Feminists say our women are oppressed because of these two simple words right here. Our women today are what you can consider evil free. They are evil free. It's not really, it's not a sexual liberation. It's nothing like that. In reality, it's an evil free. Women are allowed to be evil towards us. You follow what I'm saying? And the feminists are doing everything in their power night and day to convince and trick our women that they are literal evil. And that's all that they are. So when things are good and women have no need or desire to be evil towards us, feminists will say, you're oppressing them. That's what they mean. That's what they mean. That's all they mean right there. What is a right? Something that's morally good or justifiable. What's morally good or justifiable? That's what a right is, right? What is the literal meaning of a right? What are feminists literally fighting for when they say women's rights? What are the literal women's rights you are fighting for? What are they? Because from what I'm seeing and from what we are all seeing, but what you are trying to force us and make us believe that is not even happening, is that you all are back to flip stuff evil towards us in these days here. And you know you are. You ain't gonna stop. You're gonna keep going forever. You can't stop. It's impossible for you to. For one, you enjoy it. Two, if you do stop, they kill you all. And three, you just ain't got nothing else to live for other than your pointless agendas to destroy our lives. Yeah, I got a lot I want to say to you in a very, very more aggressive format too, but we all know what happens if I do that in my current position. But I just wanted to say these words. This video ain't gonna be too long at all. Just wanted to say that. What do feminists mean when they say men who had women oppressed? Our women are not evil as the feminists want them to believe they naturally are. Because feminists want our women to believe they are naturally evil. That's what they want them to believe. Like what they are is the evil. They are just evil and evil only. So when everything is good and our women had no need or desire to attack and destroy our lives, feminists say that we are oppressing them because we have them living good lives with no need or desire to destroy ours. Feminists can't survive without war, period. Nothing of this enemy's makeup can survive without war or destroying the lives of many people, period. Notice every time they post a video, what are they talking about? Every single man on the planet and how much they can't stand them because of what one did to them. What type of effect? What type of effect would make anyone do something like that? How could anyone just sit here and just bash every single species of a specific? How could someone just hop on the internet and bash every single type of thing on the planet because of what one did to you? Where do you get off? Where do you get this type of idea? Who taught you to behave like this? Who taught you to be like this? Who taught you? Why do you want so much profound immorality in your world today? Because how you all do us is wrong. You know it. You just don't care. Because it's fun. You need to be stopped by any moral means necessary. Just saying the words out loud, knowing how y'all gonna respond, knowing how y'all gonna still keep going throughout your day, smiling and giggling and joking around like this ain't serious. Ain't about a competition with me. It's about the awareness and knowledge of what needs to be stopped. I don't desire to be your king or your leader. Just desire to do something that's going to defend and protect you. Therefore, love your neighbor as you love yourself, and defend your neighbor as you defend yourself. Be lifted in the spirit. Be lifted in the spirit. Be lifted in the spirit, meaning use your knowledge. And walk good forever. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.